going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to Wallace Wade Stadium in Durham, North Carolina, home to the Duke Blue Devils. As we'll see the national champions from last year, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Duke Blue Devils. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. And the Canes will kick it away to start us off. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Blue Devils offense will have the football first. And you've got to believe this defense has put in extra time to try to slow down this tight end, David. But the question, can they even stop him?
Man, it's one thing to watch it. It's another thing to stop him. And just impressed with the way they move him around. They use him. Sometimes he blocks. Sometimes he's a wide receiver. Like sometimes he's a lineman. Sometimes he's a wide receiver. So tough to figure out where he's going to be to double team him. But I bet he's got the attention of this defense, Jesse.
He does for sure, and because of that, David, I think it's going to open up some opportunities for maybe some of the other guys out wide. If you've got 2 guys covering the tight end as a quarterback, you've got to be ready to throw the football somewhere else sometimes, and so you might see a little bit more balance in the passing attack today.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back him off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding him? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
Motion from the wideout. To throw, it's Bryant. Unloads it left. The sure hands, it's Lawson. Into enemy territory and outbounds at the 48. This offense lining up now at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
Gives it on the option.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Throws it in. Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26.
Well, you love to see this offensively. On the first drive of the game, your quarterback taking a shot down the middle of the defense, finding a guy for a big play.
Rides the back on the option, the give. He's stopped after a 1-yard pickup at the 25.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Completes it in the middle. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He's got his man. That'll be enough for a 1st down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Off the play fake. Got it in the middle. It's Barker. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. Didn't make them sweat at all. It's good. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And he'll take that first drive. Like, you wanted a touchdown, but you gave the people here at home something to cheer about on that first drive. Move the football enough to get your kicker an opportunity and to put 3 on the board.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Miami's offense will go to work for the first time today. And they are led up front by a powerful offensive line that opens up an array of possibilities, Jesse.
No question it's the identity of this offense. Multiple players up front that are going to play in the National Football League. This unit is going to be up for the Joe Moore Award at the end of the year for the outstanding O-line, David. They are going to try and establish the line of scrimmage with their physicality.
Man, it's a tremendous challenge with this defensive line because you know that. Like, you've got to be aggressive. You've got to be physical. I've got to take away their ability to run the football first. This unit's nasty. They're dirty. I love them.
Going to swing it on second down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Yeah, and you don't see that often, right? This guy is elite. He's one of the best in the business. This is what he does for a living, obviously. That's why he gets paid millions of dollars. Yes, NIL is real. So I don't expect many misses from this guy like that.
On third down, he drops to throw. Grab near the marker. It's Moore. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
The Hurricanes can really attack on this second and short. Looking to fire. Caught close to the marker. It's Moore. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
I love the QB here. He holds it, he holds it, he holds it just long enough to let the receiver run the drag route, and then he puts it out in front of him so he can catch it on the run in stride and then turn upfield to use his speed.
Looking to throw on first down. It's complete to the right. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. That's the end of the period, and Duke has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. So after the break, they'll go back to work. They'll try to get the edge on the left. Got enough space. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Canes. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. They'll start this drive with a chance to regain the lead, down 7-3. Bunch formation for these receivers. Looking to throw, it's Bryant. They'll run the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
The Blue Devils really need to keep this drive alive on third down. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking to throw on third. Makes the grab and gets the foot in bounds, and it'll be a first down. And the Blue Devils come to the line with a new set of downs. Defense in press coverage. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. Into double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted. Not a lot on the return, but they can live with that as they've got it at the 49.
As a quarterback, you've got to give your receiver an opportunity to make the play. You've got to put the ball on his body. And that throw gets away a little bit from the QB, and that leads to the tip and the interception.
Starts a drive trying to go up top. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. Brought down at the 38. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down. Fast completion moves the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Going over the top. He's got it inside the 15. The chunk plays that they love, and he takes it all the way down to the 10.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They just keep firing. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Miami!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. There's a little more urgency attached to this drive. They've only been able to put up a field goal and start this one down 14-3. Hard running there. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. Back to throw, it's Bryant. Under fire. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. The Blue Devils will send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. Makes a move. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Here's the pressure. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. To the air on 2nd down. Got his man.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
And the Canes come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. RPO, quick throw to the right. Open space at the 25. Touchdown, Hurricanes! A great catch and run for 6. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
Looking downfield, it's Bryant. Throws to the wideout. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Couldn't find a ton of room on that return, but that small change, they take over at the 43.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
When you play zone and you drop back, you're dropping back to a spot. And that means there's going to be holes, and the quarterback has to do a good job of reading it, seeing it, throwing it between those holes. He does a really nice job there. Makes the defense pay for playing zone coverage.
They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you can tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking downfield very late in the half. Got the quick pass. He steps out of bounds, but not before he has enough to set him up first and goal.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
This offense is about to face the one thing that can stop it. Time expiring in the first half. Before then, they can get another score. They'll immediately call timeout.
And I got to know on offense, right? When I get in this situation down near the goal line, I got to get physical, finish my run forward, not start dancing around, going all over the place and losing yards. That's just bad offense.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Scrambling away. Just gets rid of it before the heat. He just tossed that one out of bounds. You avoid the sack, you avoid the turnover. You've got more plays here on third down.
That is exactly what I would tell this quarterback to do. Throw that ball away. Don't force it. Don't create a turnover down here in the red zone. We still got a few more downs to go. Nice job by the QB with the decision-making.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. Touchdown, Canes! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
Man, that was beautiful clock management. Great job by this offense, sustaining the drive, not getting too much in a panic, and finishing the drive with a touchdown with not a lot of time on the clock.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Offense has enough time to get off a play before we head to the half. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, you've had yourselves a superb broadcast so far today in Durham. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true three-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and then the deep ball. He is a problem, and I don't think this defense has the solution.
And he's coming out of the end zone. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Oh, what vision. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
What a way to seize momentum here. You start the second half, you take the first kick back to the house. Great blocking and an awesome job in the open field, making people miss and showing you the speed on that return. Wow.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week in the American fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Temple is ahead right now in South Philly, but this game is a long way from being over. Better hold off on the run to Geno's for the time being. They're up by a field goal over Memphis. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this clash in the American you should know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Touchdown, Duke! He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him. Lining up for the PAT.
And that is just outstanding execution on that pass play. Great route by the receiver, good timing on the throw by the QB. Receiver catches it in stride, turns on the jets, and is gone.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Looking for blockers. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. And even after that last score, still working with a great... Breaks into the open. Picks up the first down. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line.
Well, this guy has exceeded all expectations all season. We knew and we thought he would be talented. He'd leave a mark on the offense. I don't think anybody expected him to be in the Heisman race this late in the season. As a true freshman, he is just special.
He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. Solid run on the last play. Sets this offense up on first down. Quarterback making adjustments. Wants to go up top on first down. Missed receiver there. It's incomplete.
That's what this defense has to do, guys. They've got to knock this quarterback down to the ground. He's already thrown a couple of TDs. The only way you're going to stop that is with good quarterback pressure.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. This time on target. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second.
Throw to the end zone. It's picked off.
You can't give points away when you're a QB. You have to understand, I got to be aggressive, and it's tough in the red zone because those are really tight windows. But, man, the one thing I cannot do is turn the football over. I got to make sure I get points. Really poor decision. Great play by the defense.
Looking to pass. It's Bryant. They're setting up the screen. He breaks a tackle.
Well, this offense will screen you in a variety of ways. They'll throw receiver screens, tight end screens. The running back screen also a big part of what they like to do, like you just saw there.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Back to pass. Gets it out quickly. Excellent job rallying to the ball, and they knock him down.
Nice job by the wide receiver getting open on that slant route against man coverage. He fakes like he's going to the outside. He's able to create some separation, cross his face, and then secures the catch.
Give to the running back. Didn't get much, picked up a yard, and that will leave them with 4th and 2.
Offense facing fourth down.
And the Blue Devils will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Motion from the wide receiver. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Miami.
So now it's second and long. Sends it back in motion. Second down, they'll go to the air. Grabbed in the middle, it's Moore. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but when you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays, and you better change your looks up to try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life in this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. And maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward. Great job by the defense. A big key coming into this one was third down defense. They're going up against one of the 25 best in the country in that time, making a nice tackle before the sticks to set up fourth.
Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got it, first down and more. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. And the Hurricanes are flying down the field. The metrics tell you so often, go ahead, go for it on fourth down, and it pays off there.
And that just shows you the head coach's confidence in his quarterback to go out on a critical fourth down and execute.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get them to the ground.
The Canes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Wants to fire on second down. He's going for a big play downfield. Touchdown, Miami! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Number 10 with the grab and the score.
That's number 2 on the day, having a day. I mean, you know he's going to catch the football, and you know he's going to make plays after he catches. Those are the kind of guys that you feature and you find them, and they produce like this, you keep finding them.
We've reached the end of the quarter, and Miami is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback. Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. They went 3 and out the last time they had it, and trailing late, they've got to get to work here. Final stanza of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. It's picked off, and another empty drive. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Let's go, let's go.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. Picks up the first down, still moving. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. Right back to the well. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Dropped after a pickup of 3 down to the 26.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there.
Oh, he's got some space. He gives him a fresh set of downs, and this one will be 1st and goal from the 6. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down. Trying to get it in, and he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Hurricanes! That one pushes this lead out a little bit more here in the 4th, and now they can smell 8 straight wins.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to...
They get enough rush, and it pays off the sack at the 20.
How about this defense? No mercy. Like, listen, I know we're up big, but they are still hunting, still flying around, still chasing, still making life really miserable for this offense.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Makes the grab down the middle. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down.
I like getting these slant throws early and getting some completions because you're setting up the slant and go. Later in the game, the quarterback can pump the slant route and then hit him up the sideline for a big gain.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. The Blue Devils will punt it away on 4th down. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Wants to go up top. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
It seemed like there may have been a miscommunication there between the QB and receiver, just not on the same page.
Ball at the 38, the defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. This time he's got him. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. And the Canes getting set on 1st and 10. Quick completion to the right. Turning it on. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
Great job by the defense here rallying to this wide receiver and making the tackle. He is dangerous. They don't want to let this receiver get behind them, but they know that when he makes catches, they better rally quickly and get this guy on the ground. He is fast.
And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get concerned, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
56-10. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Going right to work up top. Oh, they're after him. Finding an escape route. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. And the Blue Devils with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll run play action. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose.
It's so hard to force fumbles, and when you do, you so badly want to get them. You're crawling, you're doing whatever you can to get there as a defender, but the offense fortunate enough to cover it back up.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. The Blue Devils will punt this one away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They have dropped a hush on this entire stadium, David, by controlling this game.
And there's nothing like shutting up the home crowd. You love it. Nothing like having a big lead in the 4th quarter, Palmer, and not having to stress or worry. Yeah,
really impressive just seeing how they were able to take everything from the practice field this week and apply it to game day. They've been locked in all week with the game plan, running and throwing the football, man. This has been impressive.
They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that 1st down.
They've crossed midfield at the 45 with a 1st and 10. At the 35, he's loose. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. He's got 98 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. The Hurricanes, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they've knocked him down at the 17.
And what you see late in games, man, those teams that can really run the football and run that clock when they got a lead, you really win a lot more football games. So I think that you look for them to be physical down the stretch of this game, try to continue to do this on the ground, continue to eat that clock.
They make the stop, and the clock strikes 0, and that will do it for this one. This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out, they take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And they just look